The following video comes from InformalMantis Productions. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe today. Thank you. Good morning, evening, night, depending where you're watching from. InformalMantis here, and today we have a very interesting topic. Today's video is for all the people that tried to make a great first impression but fell short. Whether you made a not so great first impression on somebody you've never spoken to before, or in a situation such as a job interview or whatever. Today we're going to fix that. So let's begin with step 1, which is step 1. Get your facts straight. Now it's very easy to assume you made a bad first impression, but the key word in that sentence is assume. Assuming often makes the situation, if there even is one, much worse. Now you don't want to go up to the person and simply ask if you made a good or bad first impression, because that would be pretty strange and weird. So if you have a friend that knows a person, simply ask your friend to ask the person what they think of you. Now if you don't have a friend that knows a person, don't fret. It's time to move on to step 2, which is step 2. See how they respond to you. Now I'm the kind of person that likes to know as much as possible before doing anything. This minimizes screw-ups, and I find the best way to do this is through observation. So what you want to do here is place yourself in a situation where you're nearby the person. Wait and see if they approach you and say hello. If they don't, every so often glance at them, see what they're doing, but don't stare at them. Increase the frequency of your glances until your eyes meet. And when they hopefully do meet, smile and say hello. Now observe how they react to you. Whether or not they smiled and said hello back. Whether or not they said hello at all. Whether or not their hello and smile was pretty cold. If you had a relatively good response, then there's nothing to worry about. If your response wasn't so good, then don't worry. It's time to go on to the next step, which is step 3. It's time to change that bad first impression. Honestly, changing a bad first impression can be hard to do, but can be done. A lot of people think it's impossible, but it's really not. The only real way to change a bad first impression is to stop doing what you did in the first place that you think was wrong, do the opposite, and spend some time around the person so they can see that they have the wrong first impression about you. Eventually they will think to themselves, maybe I was wrong about so-and-so. How long this may take and how hard this may be really does depend on the person you're trying to change the impression with. So be persistent. If you can, start out with small but noticeable actions and work your way up. If you start out with something drastic right away, it can worsen the bad first impression. So let's move on to the last step, which is step 4. Learn from your mistakes. The best thing you can do in any bad situation is to learn from your mistakes. If the person is extremely stubborn and there's nothing you could possibly do to change that bad first impression, perhaps they aren't worth all the work. That's something you have to decide for yourself. But at least you will know how to make that first impression work next time. I really hope this guide helps you guys out. Good luck, InformalMantis out.